Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more juicy content from me. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how I defeated burnout and prevented it from recurring. Now, I like to say that I was fortunate enough to burn out very early in my career in the US. But what that did was that it forced me to come up with solutions while still being in a place where I couldn't just, as it were, walk off the job and, float off into the wild blue yonder. I was forced to come up with solutions, defeat burnout while being there, and then continue to have a happy, and from there, and continue to have a happy life, successful practice, businesses, careers, etc., etc. So I've been able to identify 10 things that I did that helped me defeat my own burnout. And these are things that you too can do. And if you're having difficulty doing them, that would be the time to send me a message or click the link to book a call with me and figure out how I can help you. Now, so I'm just going to go right in. I wrote down 10 things that I identified that I did. And if you see me glancing away, it's because I'm looking at my computer so that I don't go rambling on and on, right? So here goes. How I prevented burnout. I defeated burnout and prevented it from reoccurring. The first thing I did was that I accepted support. That was number one. So many people are burnt out, but they are so scared to say, hey, I'm struggling. Hey, I'm burnt out. Hey, I need someone to talk to. Hey, I need support. I accepted support. My program director was amazing lady. Dr. Suja Matthew is her name, and she was mwah. And she, so she's never told me this, but I really think that she just sent a whole bunch of medicine attendings after me, because after I opened up to her, every now and again, attending would walk up to me saying, hey, are you okay? Do you need someone to talk to? They would give me their phone numbers. I would, be sitting in the chief's office, ranting and complaining, and he would just be like, there. And I just really leaned into the support that people were able to give me. So the first thing you need to do is you need to accept support. But in order to accept support, you have to be able to put up your hand and say, look, I'm struggling. I need help. Number two, the second thing I did was that I found something outside of patience, pills, and potions. Now, what does that mean? William Osler, one of the founders of medicine, as it were the fathers of medicine, said the young doctor should look about early for an avocation that takes him away from patience, pills, and potions. I started writing again, and I would come home and every evening I would write. I've always loved writing. I mean, as it is now, I've published 7 books, written tons of blog posts, essays, articles, etc. I always jokingly say that I write the way other people breathe. So I rekindled my love for writing and started writing on a regular basis again. That was the thing that took me away from patience, pills, and potions. Number 3. This may sound a little bit woo-woo and out there, but I leaned into affirmations and positive thinking. I started to tell myself, instead of complaining about where I was, I started to tell myself, you can do this. If other people can go through residency, so can you. If other people can be happy in residency, so can you. And if other people have the ability to just go out there, go through residency with a smile on their face, help patients, help other people, do their work, etc., so can you. So I started to change the way I think to a more positive mindset and outlook. I used to say, I'm able to accomplish everything that concerns me today. And I would go out and say that. I would go walking down, I would be saying it under my breath, or I would, before I leave in the morning, I'm able to accomplish everything that concerns me today. I would say, I repel germs. I don't know why I added that one. I guess I didn't want to get sick. So I would say, I repel germs. I'm a happy resident. I'm going to be a great doctor. And and on it went. I had little affirmations, positive thinking, mantra, because here's the truth. What defeats negative self-talk is positive self-talk. It's not continuing to lean in and to engage, as it were, in negative self-talk. That does not take the negative self-talk away. Your self-talk is so important. You know, I was struggling with loss of confidence, but I would say things like, I'm confident, I can do this, I can make it, etc. And that slowly but surely started to improve my outlook. Number 4, I reached back to help other interns and residents who were struggling after I became a senior. So, I mean, I remember teaching some of the new interns how to more effectively use the computer system. I'd be like, yeah, I know the IT guys teach you this, but here, look, this is a user's perspective. Taught them so many shortcuts, taught them and just made their lives easier. I remember also telling a resident we were both in second year, but I was like a bit ahead because I was, I started late. So, and I would tell him, I was like, look, you're a resident, you can't be doing intern stuff. You have 10 patients, not 5 anymore. So I would reach back to help other people and actually see the things I told them actually work for them, and it helped me feel a sense of purpose again. Number 5, more importantly, I didn't wait for the environment to change before I did what I needed to do for myself. I did not leave the program, so I didn't change my environment. I remained in the same program, but I decided I was going to do what I need to do for myself. Sometimes you can't leave a job immediately, right? Many doctors, at least in the US, have to give 120 days notice. So if you're burnt out in a job and you have to give 120 days notice, you have to work on yourself even while you're on your way out. Number 6, very important. The minute I became an attending and I had a little money, I found myself a coach and I hired my coach. It was life-changing because my coach taught me how to improve my mindset, how to develop a better way of thinking, and to bring my purpose, my life purpose, into everything I do. Do not, hire a coach. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, when I get that attending money, I'm going to buy a car, I'm going to buy a house, what's the point in having a nice car and a nice house if you're too unhappy to even enjoy it? Hire a coach. Hire a coach. It's one of the best investments that you could ever make in your own life, because there are things that you need to learn that medicine will not teach you. Hire a coach. Number 7, I focused on my growth as a person, not just linear growth as a doctor. So this made me lean into all other aspects of me. So I would, I'm very good at giving advice. So I would give advice to anyone who needed it. It didn't have to be medical advice. I'm good at connecting with people where they're at and what they need in the moment. So I just did more of that. So for example, I would come across a patient and, maybe just ask them what's going on and maybe end up talking about something that didn't have to do with their current hospital stay or their illness. So I leaned into all aspects of me and focused on my growth as a person, not just, oh, let me graduate in residency and move on. So that was how I, got to start writing. I started to become more spiritual. I started to read my Bible more and pray more. And, even though I couldn't attend church regularly, I just became a bit more conscious of, as it were, taking church wherever I went and trying to be that light and love and blessing to other people, and leaned into myself as a whole person. And that has paid off dividends, because everywhere I go now, this is what I do. I just do it naturally. Now, number 8, when I became an attending. So that's why I said from the beginning, I was fortunate enough to burn out during residency, because when I became an attending, I structured my job to fit the life I wanted, not the other way around. So instead of getting, I'm going to get the highest paying job and just fit my life around it, I decided, you know what? I have decided that I want to work a 9 to 5, have all my public holidays free, my weekends free as much as possible, and, be able to spend time with my kids I want a 9 to 5. So I went to get what was as close to a 9 to 5 as possible, and I started working in outpatients. Many people are like, you're working in outpatients? Really? I'm like, yeah, why not? Aren't you going to do a fellowship? No. Aren't you going to go work in a hospital? Like, no. Because the lifestyle I wanted was a 9 to 5 lifestyle. I get up in the morning, I go to work, I come back home in the evening. That was what I wanted, and that was what I did. So that helped me, even in my career, to create my job, get the job to fit my life rather than forcing my life to fit into a job. So, number 9, I focus not only on work, but I focus on creativity, fun, freedom, and multiple streams of income. I have been a serial entrepreneur since I became an attending. I have had companies, LLCs. I mean, it's like, you know what? I don't just want to do this. I want to lean into all aspects of me, and I want to make money from my talents and doing other things. So, I have written books, I've become a coach, I've become a paid speaker, etc., etc. Because focusing only on work just, lets you live with just a little piece of you. Whereas you focus on your creativity, focus on having fun, freedom, and multiple streams of income. Nowadays, everybody needs multiple streams of income, because the truth is that even as a doctor, they can pull the rug from under your feet at any time. If you're an employed doctor, not too long ago, just before the pandemic hit, a bunch of pediatricians were fired from a place near where I live, and I know a bunch of them were just fired, boom, and replaced with so-called cheaper, alternatives, as it were. But how do you walk into an office and just fire 10 to 12 pediatricians, right? So everybody needs multiple streams of income, so that if one stops working, you just turn on the tap on the other one. So don't focus only on work. Focus on other things in your life: creativity, having fun, being free, and having more wealth. Number 10, I became more business savvy. I can tell you, I could do a 3-hour seminar on business growth, how to start a business, how to have a tax efficient business. I became business savvy. Now, they say doctors are not good at business. It isn't true. It's just a lie. So don't believe them. If you can be a doctor, you can be a good business person. Medicine is one of the hardest things to learn. And that's just the truth. I remember in anatomy learning how to learning the nerve, this nerve and what course it follows in the body. We had to learn that stuff. We had to learn how chemicals react in the body, the Krebs cycle, etc. Look, if you can draw the Krebs cycle, you can learn how to do business. So I became more business savvy, because here's the thing: when you are more business savvy as a doctor, you are able to pay attention to the things that matter. Patient care matters, yes, but so do other things. Who's running things behind the scenes? Okay, so I have helped numerous doctors defeat and prevent burnout, as well as create options for themselves through a new career, business, or vocation, both inside and outside traditional medicine. So if you want me to help you do what I've done for myself, which is to defeat burnout and go on to live this amazing life. I mean, I've been to so many places, I've helped so many people, spoken nationally, internationally, all over the place. And believe me, it's a great life when you are able not to live in burnout, not from burnout in residency to burnout as an attending to burnout until what? So all you're doing basically is just paying bills and die? No, as a doctor, you deserve more than that. You deserve more. You deserve to live a happy life. So, if this is what you want to do, you want to go to that next level, you want to not be burnt out anymore, and you want to lean into your options that may be medical or non-medical, because even in medicine, there are so many options. Even in medicine, there are so many options. You don't have to leave medicine if you burn out. Here I am. I did not leave medicine because I burned out, and I'm still here today. So, click the link in the show notes, in the comments, in the show notes, and let me know. It's a form that you have to fill out to get on my calendar. I just ask you a few questions in there, and let me know. I will be so happy to work with you, to help you go from where you are to where you truly want to be. So, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Please share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you can know whenever we send out any new videos.